Hey everybody. So, it's week 5 now, going on week 6, and I thought that I would do a video about the state of affairs at Georgia Tech so far this season. Not exactly a video about, what just this past week's game, but kind of as a summary of the whole season. So, if you haven't been paying attention to Georgia Tech, then you kind of want to know what's going on. This would be a good video for you to check out because I'll do a quick summary and then I'll talk about kind of what I'm thinking and things that have been going on and my thoughts on where the program's headed or making progress or whatnot. And so anyway, first off, we start out with Northern Illinois. Obviously a huge loss. I was super upset about that. And we played, looked half dead, asleep, bad. Jeff Sims goes down directly after the first quarter. So the beginning of the second quarter, he goes down trying to recover a fumble. And Jordan Yates comes in, plays great, although we wound up coming up short due to a comedy of errors, penalties, the turnover, 3 missed field goals, just dumb crap like that. We wind up losing the first game of the year against Northern Illinois. Just unacceptable. I thought our program was, our season was over at that point. But anyway, we had to move on. We go on to Kennesaw State. We kind of bounced back against them. I wasn't really that impressed because, we beat them 45 to like 13 or 17 and held the triple option most of the game until garbage time. And that was okay and everything. It didn't make me feel any better, though. And so we head into week 3, still with Yates at quarterback. We haven't seen Sims back yet since the one quarter he played. And the one quarter he played, he looked bad. But I've got 100 videos on that, so you can look at those in depth. But we go into the Clemson game, and we surprised the nation because at this point, Clemson, it wasn't known that they were bad. So we take them to the wire. We wind up losing 14-8. Jordan Yates played a great game. We just played great defense, and we wound up coming up short. It was barely, we're still making mistakes and everything. And honestly, it was a game we could have won. It was a winnable game that we didn't win because we shot ourselves in the foot. Never mind that it's Clemson or anything, or on the road or whatever. We hurt ourselves in that game and caused us to lose. Anyway, bounce back against North Carolina and a huge blowout win, surprising win. Jeff Sims comes back in right before the half, absolutely lights the world up, and he's passing dimes and running for a bunch of yards, and our offensive line decided to start blocking, and that was great. Everybody was surprised. North Carolina was favored by 12, and we wound up beating them by like 20-something. So it was just an insane game. I was on top of the world. I was thinking, I was fooled into thinking that we might have a shot against Pitt. Now we come out and get blown out against Pitt. So what does this mean for the season? Like, how could we go from, steadily improving from, Kennesaw State to UNC to then getting blown out the next week? How does this look for us going forward? It's not easy to figure out. It is. You could chalk it up to ACC shenanigans, but obviously being a Tech fan, I'm not trying to just accept that and see what happens every week, because I'm starting to get an idea of what we are and starting to get an idea of what we're going to be looking like for the rest of the season. We got Duke coming up next week. Should be a bounce-back game. That's what I'm hoping for. If we lose to Duke, oh, God. There should be no excuse, no reason to lose to Duke. That would just be really, really embarrassing and awful for us, and I would probably lose my mind. Losing to Pitt is, getting blown out by Pitt. I thought we might, have a close game against Pitt or something. And it's not that, okay, I've ate my crow. I've done all that. I gave Pitt the props for beating us. Is Pitt really that, much better than us? No. I'm going to be honest. It was like 50-something to 20-something. Are they 30 points better than us? No, they're not. I mean, these are similar teams from last year, Pitt and Georgia Tech. And who knows, Pitt may be really good. But I feel like in that game we were playing ourselves a lot of the time. And it is the same mistakes I've been talking about since game one. Poor offensive line play, penalties, turnovers, red zone conversion. Those kind of things are just killing us. And it's like, and I just haven't seen any improvement in those aspects from week one. I hammered them every week. They're the same errors that I've been talking about. And it seems like they're not going to get any better if they haven't already. We had some injuries on offensive line, which was a position group we were already not good at and was already outmatched. And we come over and turn the ball out twice. It was a perfect storm for us to get blown out. Unfortunately, I hope this teaches us a lesson that we're not better than anybody. We're not, this is what happens when we screw up. Like, we're not, I know we've been playing good for the past 3 weeks before this past week, but it's like we're not there yet. We have to play our best game every game, and we've seen the potential what could happen against North Carolina, and it's frustrating to come out and lose in that fashion. Hopefully this doesn't, demoralize anybody. We've pressed on after Northern Illinois. We can press on against really anything now. We got to get this road win against Duke. Just some random things. Thank God that this game is a road game for us next week. Yeah, I said it. For some reason, we've been doing better on the road this year than at home. We have a home disadvantage, it seems like. Our 3 home games have been Northern Illinois, Kennesaw State, which we did win, and Pitt. And then our road games have been North Carolina and Clemson, in which we both play good. So, for some reason, we have a home disadvantage. Now we'll get to go on the road this week, and thank God, because we just are doing terrible at Bobby Dodd. I don't know why. It's like, I went this past week. It's not like we have, we're not packed out or anything, but it's like, I don't know. It's not the most exciting stadium, but, it's cool. I love Bobby Dodd. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we just can't get hyped up to playing it. I don't know. Maybe we like going into real stadiums, I guess. Anyway, what can we do? Okay, we're going on the road to Duke, and then I want to look at the rest of our schedule this year. I know I'm rambling a little bit, but I just want to talk about the entire state of affairs going on. The errors that I keep talking about, keep pressing on about, they're going to hold us back from what we could really achieve, and that's really frustrating. Because a lot of people are saying, Paul Johnson right now would be undefeated. It's true. We would be undefeated right now if it was Paul Johnson, and I agree with that. And it's not to say that I want Paul Johnson back, I want the triple option back. It's more to say it could be Paul Johnson, it could be just a coach, a better coaching staff is what that point is kind of made, because we should have beat Northern Illinois. That was a close game. Should have beat Clemson. And we could have had a chance against Pittsburgh. So we could be undefeated or 4-1 or whatever right now. And it's just unfortunate, the potential that we have, and we haven't been able to realize that because of the same mistakes that have been persistent in the Jeff Collins era for 3 years. And I just don't know if I can expect them to get better at this point. You know what I mean? Like, Jeff Collins is a young coach. He's in his 30s, and he knows what he's doing as far as recruiting and culture and blah, blah, blah. But he's making shit up as he goes on the field. He's it's he coached 2 years at Temple and coming on his 3rd year now, so he's coached for 4 years before this. He's learning as he goes. And it's very frustrating that we just haven't been able to tighten up these things that are hurting us so bad. And I think it will affect us in the rest of the season. So taking a look at the rest of our schedule, we got Duke. We'll chalk that up as a win. So that puts us at an even 3-3, halfway to a bowl game. Can we get to a bowl game? Despite getting blown out this past week, I'm not completely demoralized. I think it was a perfect storm that kind of led us to that. And as long as we don't let it get to our heads, we could still make a bowl game, although I really just doubt it because, like I said, those errors are going to hold us back from that. So we've got, after Duke, we'll say it's 3-3. If not, no chance of getting to a bowl game. Then we've got the Virginias. We've got Miami, Boston College, and what is it? I'll think of it in a minute. That's some ACC games we should be able to win. Yeah, that's it. No, because I wasn't counting Duke. If we can't get 3 wins out of those 4, and of course we got Notre Dame, Georgia. I'm not even counting those, but we should be able to get 3 wins. This team right now should be able to get 3 wins out of those 4 games, but we're not going to. I think we wind up at 5-7, and I think it's more likely we wind up at 5-7 than 3-9. And I said that, I actually was saying in the off season. I know my official prediction video I went 6-6. That was just me hoping, but unless we really get something together, I see 4 or 5 wins for us this season. That would be my obviously I hope for 5 because that's kind of where I predicted. Jeff Collins, I was leaning. I thought 5-7 was most likely. And these are all ACC games. It's not like we're good. It's these ACC games that I'm looking at in this upcoming schedule, they look a lot more winnable than they did in the offseason. Miami has fallen off of a cliff. Everybody thought they'd be, competing for the Coast Deal. We've already beaten UNC, so we have proof of concept. I think that's what that UNC game was a proof of concept. And then Virginia Tech, we get them at home on homecoming. Not that means anything. God, maybe we can break the home curse. Virginia, it is on the road, but Virginia is not, kind of what they're cracked up to be. One of the easier defenses we'll face in the ACC. Nothing like this past week. And then we do get a bye week before then. So honestly, I thought Virginia Tech would be worse than they are, and I thought Virginia would be better than they were. That's flipped around. I think we're more likely to beat Virginia than Virginia Tech this year. And then we got Boston College. Their quarterback's hurt, although they've been performing well despite that. But their defense isn't what it normally, or at least what it was last year. So we could take advantage of that. We do get them at home, unfortunately. And so if we can pull off 3 of those 4, we can make it to a bowl game. I just don't think so. And then, of course, maybe Notre Dame in South Bend. I don't know. Maybe. Notre Dame's not that great, but, if we're counting on that to be our final bowl win, then that's not a good spot. So I'm thinking we go 2-2 in those 4 games. That's what I'm hoping for. And that would, kind of show that it would be proof of concept, and it would show that maybe we made some progress. Another 3-win season would be tragic. Even 4 wins, I think, would suck really bad. So, obviously, I would love to get a bowl game. I'm not so sure. It would take a lot of improvement in a short time for us to be able to get there, and I just don't think that can happen. So, sorry, Jackets. My official prediction right now as of post-week 5 is no bowl game, but we might scratch the surface. Okay, I want to talk about the roster for a little bit. I want to talk about the best players on our team. Jamir Gibbs, on a bit of a milk carton this season. He's had a few good plays there, and he even ran it back like 80-something yards against Pitt this past week. Got us all the way up to the 1-yard line, and we couldn't convert on that. He's had a few breakout amazing plays when he, gets into open space. And a lot of people have been saying, why are we not getting Jamir Gibbs into open space? That's where he shines. He's very good at juking and being deceptive and making tackles miss. Get him into open space. And I agree. But if you're looking for some kind of amazing scheme or a competent offensive line to run block, this is not the right team. And I just hope that we're able to figure that out before Jamir Gibbs decides that he's going to use his talents elsewhere, because he would start on any other team, almost any other team in the country. He's that good. He's really, really good. And he just hasn't been given a chance to shine, in my opinion, this season yet. Still kind of looking for a game where he just goes, kind of like Louisville last year or wherever, where he just absolutely goes off on people and goes nuts. That would be really cool. Haven't seen that. Dante Smith, though, our other running back, is kind of what I thought Jamir Gibbs would be this year. Every time he gets the ball, he makes it magic happen. He was averaging, I'm sure it's gone down by now after the Pitt game, but he was averaging he had like 10 carries for 100-something yards. That's like 10 yards a carry. I know it's only 10 carries, but dude's a beast. He's a playmaker, and he's really come into his own and proven himself to be just a really good running back. And, of course, we have Jordan Mason. Our running back room is stacked. We got Jamias Griffin sitting on the bench, and Jamias Griffin is a solid dude. So, we got all these guys sitting on the bench that we got them all splitting carries and everything. We're solid at running back. Jordan Mason can pound the friggin' rock. Dude's a beast. We have 3 great running backs. We have 2 good wide receivers. Kyrick McGowan, I think, is our best, most athletic, most talented, and everything. He's also got a lot of seniority, although he is, not on the team, but he did transfer in this year from Northwestern. I'd say he's our best receiver. And he was out this past game, which sucks. It hurt us, definitely, because our passing game is not great already. We had McCollum step up. He did a good job, even caught a touchdown pass, but he's no Kyrick McGowan, at least not yet. And then, of course, we have Malachi Carter. He's been on the team for years, and he's got one of our senior guys. Malachi Carter's a good dude, and he's just a solid back, solid, reliable, experienced guy. Not the most talented or anything, not blow your socks off, but he can get open and make some good plays happen. So he's one of our best players for sure. Do I throw Jeff Sims in there? I don't think he's shown. I mean, if you go by one game performance in North Carolina, yeah. But came out, threw 2 interceptions to start the game this past week, which honestly I don't blame on him. I blame it on the offensive line, because one of them was batted down at the line of scrimmage, and one of them he was being tackled as he threw it. So I don't really blame this on him. I would throw him in there as one of our best players. He's still a beast, can make amazing things happen with his legs. And, Jamir Gibbs, Jeff Sims, still a beast in my opinion. Hopefully he has a bounce-back game this week. No turnovers. And defense. Charlie Thomas, our linebacker. Oh, my God. The dude has just lit people up. He's a playmaker. He's in the backfield. He's got a ton of sacks. He's already broken his record in career tackles just this season or whatever. He's got more tackles this season than he had all the years previous. So he's really had a breakout year, I think, this year. He's just a total beast. One of the best linebackers in the ACC. And then, I don't know, might get mentioned for at the end of the year. See how he does. Might get to mention for some kind of award or something at the end of the year. Who knows? Charlie Thomas is a total beast. Jordan Dominic, great defensive lineman. Of course, we got Wanye, Quez, and Ely. They're all solid guys on our defense. Just want to give shouts out to those guys. I think those are kind of our best players on our team. And, So, I've rambled enough for 20 minutes. Do I think we're headed in the right direction? How about our coaching staff? I got to say, I'm disappointed in Brent Key. I don't know. I know that the offensive line is, one of the hardest positions to kind of transfer over from the triple option. But it's just really disappointing. We have some transfers in this year. But it's just disappointing what we can't. If we could just, open up get the blocks and open up the running game, we could be a really dangerous and really good team. And I'm hoping that we are able to get this O-line figured out. Brent Key was one of my favorite coaches, and he's just kind of been letting me down a little bit. Just our choice, of course, our running backs coach, best coach on our team, pretty much. Running backs coach, those guys are beasts. He's got a good room there. As far as our coordinators, Coach Thacker, our defensive coordinator, I was riding high on our defense coming into this Pitt game, and then we let them drop 55 on us. Not sure what happened there. I guess you're due to have one blowout game. I'm really not sure what to make of that, because we had great defensive performances all headed up into that game. So for them to give up, 55, our pass defense was not great. I just don't know what's going on there. So not stoked on that. And of course, Pat Node. Nobody likes Pat Node. He's our offensive coordinator. I wouldn't hurt my feelings at all to get an upgrade in offensive coordinator, because like I said, a lot of people are calling for Jamir Gibbs. Like, get him into space. That's where he makes plays. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Pat knows that great of a coach, but our offense is definitely the weak point in our team. And of course, we have a game where, our defense can't. I think he gives up 100 points. Our offense won't be able to catch up. We have to have a good defense in that case. So, offense not great. And anyway, Coach Collins, like I said, I mentioned him a little bit earlier. He's kind of finding his way into the coaching thing. Do I want him fired? I did after the Northern Illinois game, but it's like, we can't fire. It doesn't matter what I think. I think he's shown proof of concept, but I'm just not sure that these, undisciplined kind of things holding our team back that I've been talking about, they haven't shown improvement. I'm not sure when they will, but coaching changes really hurt a team. I hate to say, wait till next year to see, but we really don't have a choice, do we? Because if we fire him before year 4, then we have to pay him 7 years worth of his salary. So that's pretty terrible. We can't afford that. We don't want to, even if we could. We don't want to pay that huge of a buyout. I think our AD gave him that big huge cushion of 4 years to transition from the triple option, to show commitment that we're going to transition away from it. And anyway, we're stuck with him whether we like it or not, however we feel, so we got to support him. Might as well, right? We're not going to pony up the money. So Coach Collins, I hope he gets these things figured out, because this is a very, very talented team that could really make some waves in the ACC, and who knows? We could be a really good team. We have the talent. It just seems like we gotta make use of it. So that's what I'm hoping for Coach Collins. And if we get to the end of next year and nothing's changed, I think it would be a good time to make a change. Who knows? So, all right, I've rambled for over 20 minutes now. I just want to talk about the whole state of affairs going on at Georgia Tech, and fill everybody in on what's been going on and what my thoughts are on it. Not exactly the greatest season I could have hoped for so far, but there have been bright spots. Almost upsetting Clemson was nice. Really wish I would have got that. And the blown out UNC was nice, but I'd rather see consistency than highs and lows and everything like that. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here, you guys. I appreciate anybody who's watched to the end. I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm talking about Georgia Tech football for 25 minutes. I'm kidding. I know all my Tech fans out there are rolling with me, and I appreciate you guys. Go Jackets, and I'll see you next time. And beat Duke!